Welcome back to another episode of the Bench Mob ENT podcast. As y'all can see, if you are watching this on YouTube, we have a special guest tonight. If you are listening, you're going to hear we have a special guest. I say go check it out on YouTube. We have none other than the talented, the gifted Jocelyn Tate from Michigan State University. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. We are thankful that you take time out your busy schedule to hop on with us. So thank you. First
No,
off,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Happy to be here.
happy to have you. So I'm going to start off with this. So, what is your origin story of basketball and your love? Like, where did that begin?
Well, it didn't come like my love for the game didn't come until I was probably like a sophomore in high school. I was basically kind of like forced into it, like all of my family members grew up playing the sport and like I was the youngest, so I kind of followed in my siblings and my parents' footsteps with it. But I started to like really love it when I saw my potential because I felt like at first, like when I was playing on all of these teams growing up, I just felt like the odd one out every time. But then like sophomore year, I just felt a lot of love and joy and like my teammates helped me bring that out basically.
So, within my research, I saw, like you said, your entire family, basketball is in your blood. If you
Yeah.
were to take a DNA test, you would see basketball in your
Yeah.
actual blood, right? Did you play any other sports growing up, or was it just strictly basketball?
Yeah, I did. They let me play volleyball and I ran track a little bit just to keep in shape outside of season.
Was there any chance that it could have been volleyball or track or
No, it wasn't. It was never really my number one, but I really did enjoy. I loved playing volleyball and I loved running track too. For like somebody who actually like hated workouts and running and stuff, I actually maybe it was the people there, but I enjoyed my time running track.
I ran track too while I played basketball. I enjoyed track a lot,
Yeah.
but they made me start running the 1600 and that I hated that. I did
I
not.
can't even imagine. No, the 400 was already bad enough. Like, no more for me.
I was trying to get in the 400 and below. There was somebody on the track squad beat my time, and I'm like,
Oh,
it's like you have really good endurance. I did, but I hated it.
man. I
That
bet I
mile,
would too.
that mile is disgusting. I shout out to anybody that runs the mile.
No, for real.
I had no interest in doing it. That's another breed right there.
I
For
get
you,
that.
right? With your family, your dad playing, your brothers, your sisters, have they given like what has been some of the advice they have given you, especially being that you're the youngest? What has been some advice they've given you in your basketball career?
Well, with my dad, I feel like we are almost the same when it comes to like the way we basically like feel our emotions and how we respond. And so he kind of taught me like take everything that's like hard to you in your life and like just let it go with how you play. And so that became my like basketball was like my getaway, it just let it all out and it helped me like it helps my energy levels. I feel like it just made them really high. And like that was really good for me because I play well when I'm energetic and, like excited or passionate and stuff. But my siblings, I'd say they mainly taught me like, for example, Jalen, he taught me like to read how to read defense basically. And then Jay Sean's heart and his passion and his aggression, like he teaches me like be confident, be strong, like don't let anybody like push you around type thing. And then my sister, like she's more of like next play mentality and like I really needed that, especially with how I like usually react to things. So her composure I love and all that.
Now, for you, I did see that you were able to play against your sister
Yeah.
on the college level. How was that? Like, how did that feel? What were the emotions like that game?
Well, we talked about it before. Like we knew from the jump it was gonna be fun. Regardless of like who won or what happened, we were gonna have fun. Especially since it was her last year, and I've never played against her in college, and I went from playing with her into like barely seeing her, and that was always my go-to. So just being on the court with her one more time, that was an amazing feeling, and I'll never forget it.
I could imagine so that was probably really, really super dope. I always
Yes.
find that dope, the families that have
Yeah.
siblings that play against each other or make it to that next level. I think that's one of the dopest things, seeing
Yes.
the holidays, your
Right.
family.
Yeah.
Oh, it's multiple. It's 6 of them in the league. What? That's fire, and I can't
Yeah.
imagine the conversation. That's why I wanted to ask. Like, I can't imagine the amount of basketball knowledge that y'all have and that talks that you guys have about basketball.
Yeah.
It's
They go a long ways, man. They really do.
probably otherworldly for you. So you said you fell in love with the game in sophomore year. At what point did you know, or did you feel confident in believing that I can play at the collegiate level?
Yeah, well, that was basically when it happened. Like I feel like personally, I want to be like one of the best. I know I'm not the best, but like I just want to be really good at something if I'm going to do it, my whole life. So like I really didn't feel confidence, like a lot of confidence until I got to my sophomore year. And like everybody would say, like my support system would always try and pick me up, but like always had this big doubt, like, and I do still sometimes, but like I just had it all the time and like these negative emotions about basketball and how I am within it. And I just didn't believe it until like my sophomore year when I started kind of receiving offers and stuff and like started taking like my next stop after high school seriously.
That's dope. Some people it does take, from what I've heard and talked to, like once they get the offers, then it becomes real. Then it's like, oh.
Yes, it becomes so real.
So for you, where were some? What were some? I know I didn't put this on a list of questions, but like, what were some of your offers that you did get originally?
Well, so my early ones were like Minnesota, and then I had like Oakland. And it was like a bunch of random, like it's just like all over kind of, we have I didn't have a lot of power fives. I had a lot of mid majors, and that was like perfectly fine with me at the time, especially. And like most of them were like within like 2-3 hours from home. So like Western Michigan, I had Bowling Green, of course. And yeah, so like those started pouring in around that time, and like Toledo. And Toledo was close to my grandparents because they live in Toledo as well. So that was a big thing with me.
So that's dope. So for those that don't know, you ended up going to Bowling Green, transferred to Montclair. I said Montclair, Michigan State University. We have an MSU out here in Jersey. Same letters.
I bet it's hard.
So you're at Michigan State University, and your coach at Bowling Green actually got the job at Michigan State. What about your coach, Coach Robin Freilich, inspired you to actually transfer to Michigan State University? Like, you could have decided to stay, you could have transferred anywhere else, but you decided to follow your coach to Michigan State.
Yeah, I just kind of we have a really strong relationship, I'd say, especially I do have a strong relationship with my the staff as well, and she took everybody with her. So that was like a big thing, if I'm gonna go someplace new, I want some type of sense of comfort, but I also know that like I need to kind of push myself out of my comfort zone. So like me transferring to a different school and having them like it just made everything a lot easier, like they helped me a lot with my transition from Bowling Green to MSU. But I just see Coach Freilich as like an empowering woman, like she just like seeing her at the top, like, a female woman like at the top. And I've got to like hear and witness like her start from literal like the bottom and go all the way up. And, like I just don't know anybody more deserving. And I am empowered by it and her journey.
That's dope. Shout out to your coach. For
Yes.
you, right? So you mentioned empowered and her journey and seeing her growth from Bowling Green, your freshman year, coming off the bench, sophomore year. You start in games, you're averaging, I believe it was about 10, 11 points per game. MSU now, you guys in attorney, you go to the first round. You guys unfortunately lose in that first round,
Uh,
but you're coming back to senior season. You guys have some returning players. The squad looks good. What are you personally trying to work on in the summer this year to make sure that, hey, next year we have a different result? We're going to go deeper and I'm going to be better at what I do.
Right. I felt like this year I let a lot of, like stuff that I was like, I wanted, like, I felt like my goals for the team and stuff was kind of like on pause just because, it's a new team. We all don't really know what's gonna happen like the next day or anything. But I was just to see us make it that far, nobody expected us to make it nowhere, not even close like to that. So to see us make it that far, it's like, okay, what can we do in the next year? So like that really motivates me and stuff, and I am just excited to work on like getting my shot better and all that stuff and my ball handling. And like I just can't wait to, continue to build with our current players and then with the new transfers added on. Like I'm just really excited and I think everybody else is. So that motivates me too.
Well, we're definitely going to be looking forward to it next season. I was ecstatic to see that y'all made it. Like you said, it wasn't most in the beginning of the season, most people weren't picking Michigan State to
Yeah,
make any type of noise. So shout out to y'all for putting in the work. For
appreciate it.
you, March Madness, not everybody gets to have that experience.
Right.
Even though it was just the one game, what was that experience like for you being a part of March Madness? Probably some would argue the most exciting time of sports all
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, well, it's very exciting for me. I just kept saying, I'm just really happy. No matter what happens, I'm just really glad and happy for the experience. Like I was taking in all of the little moments, and like I feel like it's something I'm never gonna forget. Even if we go back this year, like that's still gonna be a core memory in my book. But I just felt like it was kind of like those moments where it's like surreal, like you just look around it like the movies, like it's something that I'm just never gonna forget. And I'm very grateful. I had a great time, even though it got cut very short, but it was really fun and really cool to experience.
I can imagine so, especially the first time. And like you said, I really hope, next year that's a part of your core memory, but next year it's even a deeper run. And that'll be
Yes,
another core memory to
for
just add
sure.
on for sure for you. Now, with the women's game, like you mentioned, your coach you feel is an empowering woman. Basketball finally for women is getting its just due. It's,
Right.
in my opinion, it's taken way too long for people to wake up and realize that is actually good basketball.
Right.
But hey, we're finally here.
We're here.
We're finally here. For you, actually being a part of probably the one of the biggest parts of why the game is getting its just due is at the collegiate level. For you
Mhm.
actually being a part of that and being on that collegiate level and part of millions and millions breaking records of how many views games are getting now and people are attending.
Right.
How does that feel for you to actually be in it right now? Like I know we look back, 10 years from now, like, yo, that was a major part in history for women's basketball, but you're living it right now. So how does that
Right.
feel for you?
I think it just goes back to gratefulness. Like I'm just grateful that I got to experience while I'm in college, like not everybody can say that. And I just feel like it's gonna continue to grow and that makes me like feel even better. Like I don't think this is just like a period or a season. I feel like it's just the beginning and that's perfectly fine with me. As long as it's happening, like I'm happy that it and I trust that it's gonna continue to grow.
Oh, I think for 1,000% it's going to continue to grow. Like you said, it's just the beginning. I can see it catapulting even the more for
Right.
you, right? So once senior season is done, you love the game, you've been playing for so long. Do you have any desire to continue playing after school, or are you going to get into more of what your degree is?
Yeah. Well, so at first I thought I was gonna decide to just pack it up early, call it. But like as I felt like this year was kind of like an eye opener. Like it's starting to get serious where I start needing to like figure out what's next. And I'm just like, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think this next season is gonna be where I call it. So I think I'm gonna try and go overseas and play. And it's I feel like it's something everybody should experience if they have that like handed to them or that opportunity. But I think it would just be a great experience. Like if I hate it, like at least I said I tried it, and I can go to a place I probably never been before and I could 100% love it. So why not try?
I think that would be the greatest idea to do it. Just like you said, try it.
Right.
Hey, it didn't work out. You can always come home. That won't be a
Exactly.
problem. But to say that, that's the beautiful thing with this little orange basketball. Like
Yes.
literally will take you all over the world.
Literally.
So if you had an opportunity, 100%, that would be dope. We'd love to have you back on when you do it because
Yeah, for sure. For
we
sure.
like to speak things into existence here. You're going to be playing professionally after college, so
Yes.
we'll look forward to having you back on when you're in Greece or somewhere doing doing your thing.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great.
So for you, right? One piece of advice you would give to somebody that's watching this, somebody that listens to this, that
Mhm.
says, "Hey, I want to be like Jocelyn. I want to play college basketball and work hard and be good at it." Like, what would that piece of advice would be you would give them?
I would just say like focus on your own path and like everybody I feel like time everybody's time is going to be different. Like just because something's good happening to your friend over here like doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you, and just like don't dwell on that or like rush anything. Just like focus on you and enjoy every moment because like it'll go fast before you like it'll go in a snap of a finger. Like it just goes over fast. And I thought it was slow, but now that it's like about to be my senior year, I'm like, what the heck? Like, where did the time go? I literally don't have any more years of college basketball to play. Like, so yeah, I would just say enjoy every moment of it.
I think we have the title of the episode right there. Focus on your own path.
Yes.
That sounds like that's great advice. Forget basketball. That's just great advice for life right there.
Yes.
Focus on your own path. We end off the show with fourth quarter segment, which is a fun segment. We get to have a little fun, rapid fire, different questions like that.
Okay.
We ask every single guest because I truly, truly, truly love food. I eat for
Okay.
I eat for four. So, what is your favorite meal to eat? Like, what's the one thing where you can eat it and not get tired of
All right. All right. Okay, it just I'm not gonna lie, I'd have to eat it alone because like it's too messy, I feel like. But chicken wings, like that's like my top. It's just always like my number one choice. And like maybe adding some fries in there too, like I love chicken wings and fries. That's my favorite.
it? What kind of chicken wings are we going with?
We can go with like, like the regular fried chicken wings, or we could do like medium buffalo sauce, or even hot garlic, something like that.
Okay, I'm digging it.
Okay.
Definitely, I definitely pull up and get a plate for that for sure.
Okay.
Wings for sure. That's my thing every single time.
Yeah.
For you, right? What are some things that you do that you enjoy when you're not playing basketball?
Ooh. Okay, well, I say I hate going outside, but I really do like to be outside. Like anything like that requires some type of activity, I think that's what I most enjoy. Like sand volleyball with my friends, or like even what's that? Spike ball, cornhole. Like those are my, like it's chill. You can just have fun, be outside. And I just feel like I'm still somewhat active doing it. I'm not just laying around. But yeah, I feel like that's what I love to do.
Okay. All expense paid vacation. You can take three people with you. Where are you going and what three people are you taking?
I'm going to Turks and Caicos, but I'm bringing my little high school friend group because we haven't been on one. So Shayla, Madison, and Cass, like we're gonna go. We going here and we having fun because I feel like we're long overdue. So
Turks and Caicos. I like it. I like it. So, if you time traveled, right,
Mhm.
and you met your younger self, in one sentence, what would you tell young Jocelyn?
I would just say kind of like the advice I gave earlier, but like be patient and focus on you. Like, cause that was my biggest thing. I was
Okay.
not trusting my journey or my process. I
Mhm.
was focused on everybody else's. And like, I was, it's like a jealousy thing. Like, they have that. Why can't I get that? But really, like I ended up in a better spot at one point or so got something that I wanted more, like, so yeah, I would just say that.
Most definitely. End off with this one thing you wish you were better at.
Are we saying like in general or are we saying like basketball wise?
In general, you could go basketball if you want.
Um, okay. So, okay, well, this is kind of like it's random, but it's like it just goes with who I am. But
Mhm.
I've always like wanted to be a cheerleader, but like I couldn't because I played basketball. But I used to love like tumbling. And so like I wanted to always like learn how to do all these flips and stuff. So like being able to do a bunch of flips would just be cool to me. But like basketball wise, I would say a better, like an even better shooter than Caitlin Clark. I would say like something crazy, better than Steph Curry, like a really great shooter.
Gotcha. So I just wanted to ask this. It just came to my mind on game day because I know you mentioned you like being passionate, like being in a good mood. You play better that way. What are you listening to? What's your routine on game day?
All right. Well, before I get to like the gym and like on the court, I'd say I gotta listen to like more calm music. I'm
Mhm,
like, okay, in general, I listen to like people say like sadder songs, but I just say like more calm songs.
mhm,
And I feel like I also relate to those more, but um I have to listen to those to like kind of calm myself down because I do get like really anxious before.
mhm,
But that usually by the time I get on the court, we made a playlist as a team. Every year we make a playlist. So like all the bangers are on there. So it's always a good time during warm up. Like, and we're always dancing. And like I feel like that's good for me because it's like you don't need to stress about anything. Like just have fun and be you. And like when we're dancing out there, it's just like we're careless. We don't really care about anything else or like who's staring at us, like it's just fun and like just to have fun. So
You're not the only one though, by the way. I same thing before game. I gotta listen to some mellow, calm type of
yes.
music, maybe some R&B, some
Right.
jazz,
Right.
to cool out because once the game start, that's not a problem. The energy gonna be
Yeah, the
there.
energy's there. We just need it to relax before the game starts. Like it doesn't need to be that high.
Yeah, it can't be on 200 the whole time. That
Yeah.
just no way possible. But y'all know the vibes. If you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
Right.
Bitch, mom, we out. Peace.